Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be talking about something important. This is about a man on YouTube that is currently on the run from the law and is a hypocrite and a liar and a scammer and a psychopath. And we're going to check out just some of his content and we're going to see what he is all about. So what he got famous for was essentially he would go to vegan events and eat raw meat in front of all the vegans and trigger them. Now, a few years ago, before I really knew anything about him, I actually did follow him because I thought it was funny to see these vegans get triggered by someone eating meat. As you know, I have made many vegan cringe videos, I guess you can call them, on my channel. And I do personally eat a carnivore-based diet myself. I find that works best for me. And this is how he got famous. So this is the first thing that got my attention as to, okay, this guy's a psychopath. Now, before, it was just rumors that he supposedly went and stabbed students at his school, but however, it has been confirmed that he was the one that, in fact, stabbed and injured two boys and a girl inside his classroom. And then he attacked a third boy as he ran for safety. Thankfully, all the victims were taken to the hospital where they just only had light injuries, so thankfully no one died. And he was trying to reenact a movie scene when he performed the stabbing act. So that was the first thing he did that I thought, okay, this guy's crazy. Alright, now we're going to show some examples of Godus being a hypocrite, and I am going to use some clips from this guy's channel. I do recommend you subscribe to him because he posts a lot of videos discussing this character, this Godus guy, and exposes him. And I want to give a shout out to him. I'll leave a link to his channel in my description, and you can go check him out if you want more updates about this guy. But I will be using some of his clips, so I'll give credit where credit is due. The right here. So he's all about living naturally, but as you can see right here, he tells people that money doesn't exist. However, he tends to e-beg his subscribers all the time. And I'm going to show you some examples of that.
Money is irrelevant and money doesn't exist.
Money is irrelevant and money doesn't exist.
This is why I want to ask you guys for support. If you ever wanted to support me in any way at all, this is it. If you guys could chip in $20 to $50 each, I'm gonna link my PayPal account and Patreon also.
Money is irrelevant and money doesn't exist.
This would only work if there's somebody wealthy, rich, watching my videos who really wants to support me and wants me to try to get my channel back, or for whatever reason you want to help me. Realistically, I gotta gather a few donations of 500,000 euros or something like that.
So his first scam was basically he said that he left a camera on the roof of his car, then drove away, which caused the camera to fall off and they couldn't find it. And then he asked for donations for a new camera, even though the video that he's making, the camera seems to be working perfectly fine, and he's asking for donations. Then he starts getting donations, and then randomly out of nowhere, oh, the police called, and they found the camera, just that the lens was broken. And then he said, though, that when he films, it sometimes randomly shuts off. So, yeah, so the donations are worth it. Yeah, not buying it. So another scam he performed was after his ex-girlfriend left him. Her name was Luna. That's what they called her on YouTube. And basically, they broke up, and then he tried to slander her and claims that she was sexually abusing a baby, which I don't buy at all, because this guy is a psychopath and a liar. And I can even show you some videos to show what kind of person he is. Let's show them.
Nowadays we have mind control programs such as To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. Men get caught for wanting to sleep with 15-year-old girls. Yet in Europe, the age of consent is 14 to 15 in most countries. And that's simply because even the governments here understand that no matter how old you are as a guy, you would have to be severely mentally ill not to find a 15-year-old girl attractive.
What? What did you just say? Also, I believe that in Europe, those age of consents apply to children. meaning that if you're like 30 years old, you can't go with a young girl. No, and that's disgusting. What would a 30-year-old man want to do with a 15-year-old girl? Unless he is mentally ill and wants to take advantage of someone. And have you ever wondered why that show gets such good ratings, To Catch a Predator? That's because people love seeing these scumbags get exposed because it's disgusting and you're taking advantage of a teenager. It's wrong for an adult to do that. It's very fucked up.
But when it comes to incest, nobody wants to even think about it. As a carnivore, it's best to consume what's closest to you for regeneration.
No, that's not it at all. I follow a carnivore diet and I do not go around performing incest. This is what makes me think that maybe he was the one that was abusing this baby and not the girlfriend. And we'll get more of what he did to his ex-girlfriend, which is one of the reasons why he's on the run from the law. So here's a video where he tries to convince his audience that he's trying to get custody of his son and he needs money for lawyers so he can go through the legal process and get his son back.
I realized that I went through torture basically like in the Saw movies with Demon over the 2 years. I tried to move on from it and, so to speak, start a new life. There is no moving on from it. It's always in the back of my head. Which is why what I'm gonna do is go to Germany. I already contacted a law firm in Den Haag in the Netherlands, and yeah, they will help me to, yeah, if I can raise the money for it, which is essentially really the main purpose of this video, to try to get me signed up as the parent and then have the rights by the government that I naturally deserve anyway be given to me. So yeah, she did say that it will cost me around 3,000 to 5,000 euros at least, because they charge and the Netherlands is a very expensive country, and courts and lawyers, everything. I'm gonna link PayPal and also my Patreon account, but mostly the PayPal, that's the purpose, and post exactly how much I get from it, from donations, to be able to see my child again, which I naturally should anyway, but
Alright, so he got a bunch of money in donations, and do you think any of that went to actually trying to see his son? If you said yes, you'd be very wrong. No, it did not go towards that. I am going to also link his ex-girlfriend's channel, who is recently came out exposing him. Basically, that money went towards a hair tattoo and an acid attack on his ex-girlfriend.
What's up, Goatis, is that you scammed your viewers into paying money for a lawyer so you could see your son. I never spoke to your lawyer. Instead, you paid to get acid thrown over me and a Molotov flown into your own son's bedroom.
So yeah, he literally, first he paid a hitman to attack Luna, his ex-girlfriend, with acid. And then that wasn't enough, because then later he hired the same hitman to go and throw a Molotov cocktail into his infant son's bedroom. And luckily they weren't home at the time, so they didn't get injured. But still, what the fuck is wrong with you to the point where you're going to go and you're going to take it out on your son? What the actual fuck is going through your mind to think that that's okay to do? That is beyond ridiculous. That is pure psychotic. Also, he used the money to get a hair tattoo, which, as you can see, look at his hairline before, look at it after. Yeah, that's a tattoo to make it seem like he can grow hair, but he's just choosing to keep it short. And this progresses later on into a wig. A full-on wig or a hair transplant. There's a debate on whether he's using a hair transplant or a wig, but this is a guy that is supposed to be all natural, doesn't believe in makeup, doesn't believe in tattoos, doesn't believe in any of that type of stuff, but here he is having fake hair on his head.
To keep winning, you have to keep the momentum up, right? It's hard to get going, but once you get going, you have to keep it up.
It's so funny that he gets his head shaved almost every day, and that's simply because of how insecure he is about his hair loss. If he wasn't, and if people who have hair loss wouldn't be so insecure about it, then they would simply let it grow. As it is, they would let the sides only grow if they only had hair on the sides, but you really try to cover it up.
Andrew Tate has hair. He just chooses to keep himself bald. Whereas Goatis is literally covering his head with a wig. Or he got a transplant. So he's literally just being a complete hypocrite here. As always, he's always a hypocrite. Everything he preaches, he doesn't practice. And he basically is just a big fraud.
Sv3rige Hunter, can you briefly explain why exercise isn't healthy? That's interesting because I literally just posted a video today on Telegram called Gyms Are Death Factories. I would strongly recommend watching it.
Well, you see, he thinks exercise is bad for you, even though in the past he exercised. But anyway, here's another comment he made about exercise.
Nobody likes to climb, nobody likes to hike up a trail. It's always it goes completely against your senses, like you don't want to do it.
That clip comes from the Godus parody channel, which shows him actually working out while he's making these anti-exercise comments. And then here's the funny thing. He says exercise, it goes completely against your senses and you don't want to do it. But this is a man that stares directly at the sun for whatever reason. I have no idea. And I'll even show you that.
Sure am. And what I want to talk about is sun gazing and why it's so important. At least one of the things I've mentioned, but it's the most beneficial thing out of all the stuff. Sit in some way. Usually I try to sit or lay. Seems more natural.
Yeah, he basically has like a 5-minute... This was an archived video because his main channel got banned. Basically, this is 5 minutes of him just staring directly in the sun. Now, you think when you stare directly into the sun, your eyes are burning, they're watering. Isn't that your body senses? Like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that? But when it comes to exercise, yes, that's true. But when it comes to staring at the sun, that all of a sudden doesn't matter? That makes no sense. And don't stare directly at the sun. I don't know why I should even feel the need to explain this. Anyway, yeah, just don't do that. It's pretty simple. It's common sense. So I could go over a whole list of things as to what this guy has done in the whole story, but that would take hours. So I'm going to recommend this channel called Mortadella. And if you watch these 3 videos I put up on the screen, you will get even more info. Also, on Kiwi Farms, that's another website where you can even create an account, and you can keep up with the latest details about this Goatis Sv3rige case. So, he currently is still on the run, and we don't know where he is at. Authorities are looking into the case, and they're trying to find him. He no longer live streams because, you see, if you have a live stream going, authorities, even if you're using a VPN, authorities can bypass the VPN in order to find out where your location is. Considering this case, this is a fugitive on the run. And he's with his girlfriend that goes by the name of Belle. That's not her real name, but of course, they give a fake name just for the YouTube channel. And supposedly it was her ex-husband, and I think it was ex-husband and her daughter that went and performed the acid attack and the throwing of the Molotov cocktail into his son's bedroom. Now, if you go on to Kiwi Farms, you can keep up with the latest drama, I guess you could say. This whole thing is like a reality TV show. Anyways, that's it from me. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And I may make some Godus videos occasionally. I'm just a commentary YouTuber, so I just talk about pretty much whatever I feel like talking about. If you watch my other videos, you'll see. And yeah, that's about it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned some information. And take care. Peace. I will be linking everybody's channel in the description. Please go check them out. Please subscribe to them. Thank you.